Okay, I didn't realize that the stream had ended. All right. I got out of this and got back in because I was having some issues. While I'm doing this, let me check on these other ones. Yeah, I know what I gotta do. I need better equipment. Um, that's what I was looking for.
Order filled.
All right. No, I think everything is cool. Yes. L2K. Hour 15. No.
Order filled.
I'd rather get out of it. It's Friday. I'd rather get out than lose what I was had. and it could go down, but that M2 is M2. I don't know how. I don't know. It could, but I ain't gotta be greedy. End of the day, we in the capital protection business.
Order filled.
I'm cool. I'd rather focus on, if anything, this gold. I'd rather double down on the gold. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Order filled.
I'd rather double down on the gold. Bring this stop loss to 250. And even gold probably has some retracement. All right, let's go to it.
Fishman originating from the Grand Line, so his strength surpasses even that of Krieg. Arlong had previously worked with Jinbe of the Seven Warlords of the Sea, 7 government-sanctioned pirates such as Mihawk. Yosaku, Luffy, and Sanji go to the galley for lunch. Nami arrives at Arlong Park, where Arlong makes a bribery with a corrupt marine officer. She reaches the base and beats a child attempting to eliminate Arlong. Arriving at the island, Zoro prepares to invade the base, but Usopp and Johnny stop him, tying him with rope and sailing around the island to humans, as they possess greater strength and can. Nami confronts Zoro, revealing she is an officer and cartographer serving under Arlong, and all houses had.
Hopefully this will work now. No, I ain't
in the right direction, which when followed of
Okay, there we go.
Treasure atop a mountain, but fell off the mountain and into a box where he became stuck. He also found out that his crew had already set sail, leaving him behind. The crew decided to search. Fell off the mountain and into a box where he became stuck. He also found out that his crew had already set sail, leaving him behind. Treasure atop.
I gotta see where we stopped off at. Why? I don't know what's going on. $200 in profit. Pull back from that. Oh, I didn't mean to go that low. Might be too high. Give it some breathing room. I really should be like right in here. Because there will be some retracement. Especially considering it just did broke. Yeah. Yeah, I could see that here. Maybe a dip. I don't plan on being in here all day anyways. So what I'm going to do is
search for the treasure themselves. However, after Luffy climbs the mountain, he realizes that all five treasure boxes at the top of the mountain were empty. Luffy decides to invite Gaimon into his crew. Gaimon refuses, stating that he had befriending the animals native to the island. He also states that knowing there was no treasure gave him closure and the freedom to live as he pleased. After Gaimon thanks them for their help, the crew depart, heading towards their next destination. After Luffy finds a box of cannonballs on board, he and Usopp decide to play with the ship's cannons. As they do so, Zoro takes a nap, where he dreams about his childhood. Zoro was a dojoyaburi at Shimotsuki village, challenging local dojos to duels. However, after challenging the dojo of Kushiro, he faced defeat at the hands of Kushiro's daughter, Kuina, and as promised had to join the dojo as a student. After training much more rigorously than his peers, he became strong enough to defeat the adults at the dojo, but was still unable to defeat Kuina. One day, Zoro challenged Kuina to a duel using real swords as opposed to Shinai. Kuina defeated Zoro for the 2000th time. However, she lamented she would never become a powerful sword fighter as she was a woman. Zoro and Kuina promised to each other to train harder and become stronger, and one of them would become the world's greatest swordsman. Both kept their promises and increased their training efforts, but Kuina tragically suffered a fatal fall down a flight of stairs. With Kuina deceased, Zoro decided he had to become the world's greatest swordsman to honor his promise. Kushiro entrusted Zoro with Kuina's prized heirloom katana, the Wado Ikemonji, for him to further his training. Zoro would train for another 8 years before leaving the dojo to visit a marked grave atop a cliff.
Alex Hormozy just pulled off the biggest launch in internet marketing history. And did you notice what he used to do it? A webinar.
She states her intentions to raise 100 million enemy forces, but are taken down by one of Krieg's officers. It's a marked grave all blue, a mythical ocean where all four seas meet. Zeph overhears this conversation between Sanji and Luffy. The restaurant staff tastes Sanji's soup, and Patty, Carney, and Zeph all pretend to dislike the soup to prompt Sanji to set sail with Luffy, and Sanji leaves the dining area in anger. Zeph reveals his true intentions to Luffy, and Sanji overhears this from outside the restaurant. He finally agrees to join the crew as their cook. A shark arrives at the Barity with Yosaku in its mouth. He reports he was unable to follow Nami, but was able to estimate her rough destination, warning of its danger. So the crew prepare for departure, with Luffy packing food from the kitchen and Sanji preparing to move out. Sanji walks out the Barity in front of the kitchen staff, prostrating in front of Zeph and thanking him for his sacrifices. Meanwhile, the Going Merry nears its destination, an island ruled by a fearsome pirate crew. While at sea, Yosaku reveals Nami's destination, Arlong Park, the base of the most notorious pirate in the East Blue, Arlong. Yosaku suspects Nami is after Arlong's bounty and warns of the dangers that lie ahead, since Arlong is a fishman originating from the Grand Line, so his strength surpasses even that of Krieg. Arlong had previously worked with Jinbe of the 7 Warlords of the Sea, 7 government-sanctioned pirates such as Mihawk. Yosaku, Luffy, and Sanji go to the galley for lunch. Nami arrives at Arlong Park, where Arlong makes a bribery with a corrupt marine officer. She reaches the base and beats the child attempting to eliminate Arlong. Arriving at the island, Zoro prepares to invade the base, but Usopp and Johnny stop him, tying him with rope and sailing around the island. Usopp and Johnny abandon ship, but Zoro is unable to escape the ship, and he is captured by Arlong pirates. Zoro is interrogated by Arlong, where Arlong claims that fishmen are far superior to humans, as they possess greater strength and can breathe under. Just had been flipped upside down. A resident fishman explains that the village was destroyed by the Arlong pirates' sea monster, Mamu, for protesting against Arlong's reign. Revealing himself to be an Arlong pirate, he attempts to capture Usopp, but is rescued by a human resident, Nojiko, who diverts the pirate away. They then visit Nojiko's house. Luffy, Sanji, and Yosaku eat outside on the deck, but the food attracts Mamu, the Arlong pirate's sea beast who resembles a cow. Mamu attacks the ship for the food, but Luffy and Sanji fight back, knocking him back into the sea. Luffy forces Mamu to carry the ship to Arlong Park. Usopp is brought to Nojiko's house, where Chabo reveals his father was killed by Arlong when Gosa village was destroyed, and of Nami's allegiance to Arlong. Nojiko reveals she is also Nami's adopted sister. Usopp laments Nami's betrayal, despite believing she genuinely enjoying her experience with the crew. In Kokayashi village, Usopp and Nojiko hide from Arlong, who confront a man, Genzo, for possession of a weapon. Nojiko reveals that Arlong sees humans as inferior.
So it came back down. You know, I moved my stop loss up, so it had came back down. I should have kept it down here, but I moved it up. But I can still get back in once it shows me that it wants to continue pushing. So right now I'm at 51. And I made almost $1,500 for the day. What were these? What's these doing? Excuse me. Yeah, see, they came up past my stop loss. I was glad to get out of that. I will have to see it get lower than that. And then even here, keep it simple. Let me do 3 minutes. Keep it a light day. Here to here.
Order filled.
Ah, dang it.
Order filled.
I keep freaking forgetting because I'm not used to having to do that. I don't know what last time it automatically. Okay. Well, I'll probably do what I'm doing.
Order filled.
To
Order filled. Order filled.
Goofiness. Yeah, I did not mean to do that. All right. Mm-mm. 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 I definitely didn't mean to add the extra 6 onto that. Yeah, I might have to just get out on this one. I'm risking more than I wanted. Look at that mix up. Yeah.
Order filled.
That's on me. I accidentally added it to that one instead of when I made this one. And now I gotta try to. That's on me. I gotta get better with that. Because then I wouldn't have been worried about moving my stop loss to where the top of that box is. Now I gotta decide, do I want to get back in for a little lesser amount? I'll just do this.
Order filled. Order filled.
Oh, did the other one too? I was not. I didn't think of that. I didn't think it was going. It did. See, I was my stop loss was supposed to be up here.
Order filled.
Dang it.
Order filled. Order filled.
What is this MES doing?
monthly tribute to him in exchange for their lives. He destroyed Gosa village because of the failure of one person to pay the tribute. Arlong reveals his intentions to use the funds to dominate all of East Blue. Deeming the mere possession of a weapon as a form of rebellion, Arlong decides to execute Genzo. However, Usopp interferes, shooting him with his slingshot standing on a house. Enraged, Arlong lifts the house off its foundation, slamming it into the neighboring house. Fearing the loss of another stream of income, Arlong's crew restrain him to prevent him from destroying Kokoyasi village. Genzo's wounds are treated, and Nami visits a marked grave atop a cliff. She states her intentions to raise 100 million bellies to buy her village back from Arlong. As Luffy, Sanji, and Yosaku sail towards Arlong Park with Mamu's help, Zoro, having cleared the base from all other enemies, meet one of Arlong's officers, Hatchin. Believing him to simply be a guest visiting the base, Hatchin offers to give Zoro a ride to Kokoyasi village. Zoro departs just before Arlong returns to the base and discovers the damage done to the base. He is informed that the prisoner they have...
If you've been thinking about a degree in cybersecurity or IT, UMGC is waiving their application fee through September 3rd. Low-cost tuition, 100% online classes. You learn job-ready skills in cyber and IT. UMGC, apply at no cost today.
Prisoner they have just captured was none other than pirate hunter Roronoa Zoro. Meanwhile, Usopp evades pursuit by angered Arlong pirates. Although successfully escapes Arlong's lesser combatants, he falls off a cliff, attracting the attention of Chu, one of Arlong's officers. He is captured and brought to Arlong Park for interrogation. Another officer, Karubi, suspects that Nami lured Zoro to the base, then helped him escape custody. Nami arrives to levy the allegations made against her, but Karubi adds to the accusations, reporting finding a treasure map in Nami's home, suggesting she was keeping treasure in Kokoyasi village. In order to prove her allegiance to the Arlong pirates, she stabs Usopp in the stomach, causing him to fall into the pool. Arlong's officers now trust Nami, letting her go. Nami goes to her office, but notices that Luffy's ship had arrived at Arlong Park. The ship is sent flying into the sky, meets Zoro in the forest, and crashes into a paddy. At that moment, Johnny, having witnessed Nami stab Usopp, reports Usopp's killing. Nami confronts the crew at the paddy field, clarifying her allegiance to the Arlong pirates and asking them to leave the island before they are captured. However, determined to take Nami as his navigator, Luffy vehemently refuses to leave the island, lying on the road to sleep. No longer wanting to face danger on the island, Johnny and Yosaku decide to part ways with the crew, bidding farewell to Zoro. Usopp, revealed to be alive, reunites with the crew, revealing that Nami stabbed the back of her own hand, leaving him unharmed and allowing him to escape alive. Meanwhile, the Marine 77th Branch, led by Commodore Pudding Pudding, near the island to rescue survivors from Gosa village and capture Arlong. Arlong decides to send only 3 of his officers to repel the attack. While Chu intimidates the Marine forces on board, Karubi tears off the ship's rudder and Hatchin creates an artificial maelstrom, sinking the ship and presumably killing all invading forces. Then Arlong, to prevent Nami from purchasing Kokoyasi village, summons Marine 16th Branch, led by Captain Nizumi, to her house. Nojiko meets with Nami at her house, where Nami reveals she built truly positive experiences with the crew while they were together. Nojiko then goes to the crew, explaining to them Nami's past. Nami and Nojiko were raised in Kokoyasi village by a woman named Belle Mir.
Yeah. Mm, I'd rather go in on gold instead of trying to go back and forth with that S&P 500. Keep risking 500 on this instead of trying to add to that. Skip all that. Real. Like I said, sometimes mugs will be dragging down your winners. I'm staying in this one because I'm already in it. It's been coming back. Ain't really whatever. Alright, side looking nice. Yep. Mm. Understood. Okay. So I guess it won't let me do that. I guess it won't let me do that. You know what? You know what? I'm cool on this one too. I ain't tripping on. I ain't already done did more than what I was supposed to. Mine was up 15 on a Friday by 10. Should have been done. That's on me. That's on me. That's on me. Well, I guess I can't do that. I'm gonna figure out something. Yeah, it break this line. I'm going in again on gold. I'm gonna be tripping on all the other ones. Gold is what's been moving for me. So everything is right. Make sure this one is still playing. See, I'm gonna wait on it to break. Matter of fact, move this up too, because that might come back too much. But you know what I can do though? Can play something. Something. I did that because I'd rather lock in those gains. You see, I'm waiting for it and I lose that. So I'd rather just wait until it does. And then that way I can make a closer assessment on that. See. And then if I want to get in, I can get in for a higher amount. Well, 15 if it does. But again, I'm going to wait. So I'm moving up here. And this is a little extreme. Really, I could say realistically, I should be down here around 500 mark because you see where this is here. But I'm going to try to be a little riskier and put it around the 350 underneath these 2 wicks. I see the big strong body of this candle, but I'm gonna get right below these wicks, and hopefully that'll be enough where it doesn't come back that much if it does come back. See, look, because I was waiting on it to break that. It did. So let's see how strong or was it was struggling all of this time to break it. It created like a triangle, actually a wedge pattern, boom, 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 and then it broke out. There we go.